So I would like to start with the Swati ma'am. Please tell us, ma'am, how these local level interventions help change the lives of the community members, and what are the existing bottlenecks that we need to address, and how these bottlenecks can be
One
addressed.
thing what I would like to say is that it's very good that DST is talking to community people in the community and asking them to think through about what is innovation, what is technology, what is science. These people don't really look at it like that. They just look at it more as uh, what's there in it for me. I want to do something new and different because for different reasons, perhaps. But talking to these community members, is very very important. And I have not seen anybody talking to community members with the kind of seriousness that I'm seeing. In this, I also briefly went through one of an earlier recording. About that. So some things, I'm just seeing that if you look at the generally the innovation scene, in the area of energy access or renewable energy, uh, this kind of energy access for meeting people's basic needs for livelihoods uh, in regions where grid is weak and unreliable, it's not the flavor of the month. When you talk of energy access, people tend to talk grid, megawatt solar, grid connected solar, but nobody really is really innovating for these people. And I would like to. I'm quite happy about the way people have communities have accepted some of the innovations that we have brought their way. Uh, uh, but I think this is just a small step. We are at the first stage of product innovations, uh, where we take a product which we think communities need, and we help them, to get familiar with the products, etc. But that's just a small step. Later on, the next step would be the process innovations, which are not as common as the product innovations. These are innovations around training. These are ways of talking to community. These are ways of asking them what they need, and customizing them. So the whole process innovation is a little bit slow compared to product innovations. Uh, the next step, if you are looking at it from the point of view of replication, scaling, which is what organizations like SRLM, etc., are looking for, are innovations in financial products and innovations in business models. Uh, we are not there as yet. Whoever it is, we can do a good job of product development with support of DST, etc. We can do a fairly good job of process innovations, but when it comes to financial products designing, interaction with banks, business models, there I find that we are not as much up to the mark. We've done most of the hard work, but फिर भी ना थोड़ा बहुत रह ही जाता है if we don't have that competency in financial planning, financial products. अगर एक बैंक, if you try to go as a scientist, बैंक मैनेजर से मिलने जाओगे आप, तो बैंक मैनेजर आपसे बात नहीं करेंगे ठीक. They only want to talk to another person who talks the jargon and talks the language of finance. वहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत I think that there is a need for somebody to bridge this gap, because after having done after science, technology, innovation does all the work, if business and finance is not there to support, वहाँ पे then the real true potential of the innovations that we have worked on, इसमें it is बहुत दिक्कत होती है, and you get a lot of disappointment also. I've struggled so much. I've given a good product, people wanting it. If today one person you give a demo unit, फिर 10 लोगों को दो, then there will be 100 people saying हमको भी चाहिए. फिर हम लोग बोलते हैं खरीद लो. जब खरीद लो बोलते हैं, then again we've not prepared people for scaling, and neither are we ourselves conditioned or trained to scale. तो वो एक गैप रह जाता है in this effort of scaling innovations. We can continue to innovation बढ़ाते जाओ अच्छा, make it okay and all that. और एक another aspect जो है is conversations. हम लोग जब community के लोगों से बात करते हैं, जैसे आप लोगों ने अभी किया है, they will tell you in a language that they are comfortable. So if a scientist has to talk to a grassroots person about science, technology, innovation, the language is very different. So वहाँ पे because we have been with the C division of DST, we know how to talk to local people. But when I see people coming from research institutions, etc., वहाँ पे दिक्कत होती है. People with great scientific brains but not the connect with the community. So that is one more thing जो मुझे लग रहा है कि this kind of a program is bridging that gap.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. You made a very pertinent point that there needs to be bridge a gap between the financial sector and the other sector. But what I would like to ask, are people at the grassroots level, are they ready to take risk if supported financially by the government bodies? Are they willing to take the risk in scaling up their products or having a broader
so risk mitigation it does not happen overnight. So what we have seen is that they will see first, they will use. We need to first establish the willingness to use. Agar log are they wanting to use first? Agar once you establish willingness to use, then you go to the next step, which is willingness to buy. And that is wahi pe, about if you're having 100 people, who are saying that mujhe ye chahiye, ye product chahiye, ye dryer chahiye, ye chula chahiye, ya jo bhi ho, then how do you make them buy that product?
Yes, ma'am. That's the point, ma'am. And what are the existing loopholes from the side of government, ma'am? From the side of government or from the side of administration? See, what are...
Okay. Okay. Okay, no, just give me 1 minute.
Of course.
I'm not able to see that join. I'm getting a signal saying people are waiting, join, but abhi dikh nahi raha hai mujhe. I don't know what you want me to do. Usha, what do you want me to do?
Ma'am, if you have some other engagement, it's okay.
Okay, 1 or 2 minutes and then I will. नहीं तो ये एक फाइनेंस का ब्रिज गैप ये एक है. Okay, and one last point I would like to make is about tech leave. So basically the basis of tech leave is need मजबूत होनी चाहिए. And I'm just going to say that SNT is the foundation. Science, technology, innovation is the foundation on which we need to build. But for काफी उसके ऊपर काफी बड़ी इमारत.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.